Hello Pisces, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? So Pisces, we do have the Hermit, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, and then we also have the Magician out here. The bottom of the deck, though, we do have the Five of Wands to the High Priestess, and then we also have the Devil out here to the Five of Pentacles. I don't necessarily feel like this is your energy. This to me kind of feels like somebody that you're energetically connected to, though, Pisces. So this could definitely represent, you know, family member, a friend, possibly even a romantic interest. You know, that's definitely a possibility, but I want to focus on you and what you currently find yourself up to, so that way the reading itself flows and it all makes sense, okay? So with the Hermit to the Wheel of Fortune to the Magician, there's something that you're trying to like manifest into fruition here for yourself. Whatever this thing is that you're trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself, it's something that you know you can totally pull off if you just apply yourself, right? And I see you doing just that. I see you applying yourself. I do see you very focused on whatever this thing is that you want to manifest into fruition, that deep down inside, you know you can manifest into fruition here for yourself. That's not the problem, though. The problem is that you have somebody within your energy field that doesn't want to see you manifest whatever this thing is that you're currently working on into fruition. I'm getting like a lot of fear, though, coming from this person. Like, this person fears that if you go off and manifest whatever this thing is into fruition, it's as if this person fears that they're going to essentially like lose you, or things are going to essentially change, you know, between the two of you, is basically what I'm getting. Is basically what I'm getting, Pisces. Now with the High Priestess coming out here, that's kind of telling me that as far as like their feelings towards whatever this thing is that you currently find yourself working on and trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself, it's something that this person's choosing to essentially keep to themselves, Pisces. Like, I don't feel like this person is like sharing their worries and their concerns with you when it comes down to whatever this thing is that you're trying to pull off and or manifest into fruition here for yourself. Is basically what I'm getting. It kind of looks like something that they're choosing to just kind of keep to themselves. So this fear of losing you is something that, you know, I see them, you know, keeping to themselves. This overwhelming feeling of them not necessarily liking the fact that you're very hyper focused on whatever this thing is that you're trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself. You know, it's something that they're also choosing to basically keep to themselves. Okay. All right, let's jump over to them. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. Yeah, whatever this thing is, dude, that you're currently like trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself and or working on, it's something that has this person very, very worried and concerned, because they can see how serious you are. How serious you freaking are when it comes down to manifesting whatever this thing is into fruition. I'm not entirely sure exactly what you're trying to do here, Pisces, and what you're trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself. But whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't feel like anything wrong. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like anything wrong. This is kind of like, I guess like the best example I can set is this. This is kind of like the epitome of you deciding, you know what? I want to go back to school. I want to go back to school and I wanted to get, you know, I want to get a degree in this, that, and the third, right? Well, this person fears that if you go off and get that degree, you know, hypothetically speaking, that you're going to turn around and leave them. You know what I mean? If you do, it's basically what I'm getting. Okay, let's keep going. How does, yeah, whatever this thing is that you're working on, it feels very positive. It does. It feels very, very positive. So we do have the Moon. We do have the Six of Cups. And then we also have the Four of Wands out here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Pentacles. We do have the Seven of Swords. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. All right. With that Moon energy coming out here, this to me kind of feels like you experiencing some like how do I explain this? This to me kind of feels like an energy of you experiencing some like confusion coming from this person that you currently find yourself connecting with. So whatever it is that you currently find yourself working on or trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself, there's times where this person makes it like seem to you like they're super like supportive of you and whatever you're trying to do with your life. But then there's times where you feel like they're not. There's times where you kind of feel like this person doesn't want to see you manifest whatever this thing is, into fruition. I feel like this person has definitely tried to do something to like self-sabotage you in some way, shape, or form. I am definitely getting that they have tried to do something to, try to like stop you or self-sabotage this, thing that you're currently working on in some way, shape, or form. I am definitely getting that. I'm not entirely sure how, but I am definitely getting that. Yeah, there are times where this person makes you feel like they're super supportive of you and what you're trying to do with your life. And there's times where they've done things to make you think otherwise, is basically what I'm getting. Hmm. Okay. And that's the thing, is that you're not entirely sure why they're even doing this to begin with. Like, you're not entirely sure why this person is trying to like self-sabotage you from like getting that degree. Like, you're not entirely sure like why they would do something like that. Um, or why they're trying to stop you from manifesting whatever this thing is, right? That you want to manifest into fruition here for yourself. Like, you just don't fully understand like why they would try to stop you or self-sabotage whatever it is that you currently find yourself, working on or trying to like pull off or manifest into fruition here for yourself. But it's because this person fears that if you go off and start that business, you're going to turn around and leave them. If you go off and get that degree, you're going to turn around and leave them. They also fear that things might change, within you, in other words, this person might think to themselves, well, if, Pisces goes off and gets that degree, they're going to change the way that they are with me. If Pisces goes off and starts that business, they're going to change the way that they are with me. Like, I'm getting that this person's worried about those two things. They're worried about losing you. They're also worried about competition too. So this person kind of feels like, okay, like if Pisces gets starts that business, you know what I mean? There's going to be other people that are going to essentially want them, and then I'm going to have to face competition. I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's like it's for those reasons. It's because they fear that they're going to have to face competition. They fear that they might end up losing you, or they fear that something within you is going to drastically change. To the point where things start to change between the two of you. And they could be worried about all three. That's definitely a possibility. But how does this person currently feel? So we do have the Seven of Cups. We do have the Hierophant. And then we also have the Six of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the World. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest into fruition here, for yourself, it's something that's going to create a massive change within your life, is basically what I'm getting. And it's causing them to question how this drastic change that you're deciding to go off and essentially make is going to affect them and their relationship with you. I'm also getting that this person's kind of curious to like know, like, why are you randomly deciding to get that degree, Pisces? Why are you randomly deciding to do this? Why are you randomly deciding to do that? It's like this person's very like suspicious of you and why you're deciding to go off and do X, Y, and Z with your life all of a sudden, is basically what I'm getting. So that's kind of telling me that you're basically doing something that's out of your norm. And it's kind of raising like a massive red flag, I would say, for them. Now, going back to what I said, whatever it is that you currently find yourself striving towards or working on, it's nothing negative. It's something that's very positive, is basically what I'm getting. It's something that's very, very positive. But in some way, shape, or form, they feel like this drastic change that you're trying to essentially make, in your life is going to affect this relationship in some way, shape, or form. It's going to affect them in some way, shape, or form. And it's going to affect the way that you are with them in some way, shape, or form. And that's what they're kind of concerned about. Going back to like what I said about this person that you're dealing with, all of these changes you're making on your behalf, they do find it to be very odd. I am definitely getting that because this is out of your norm, I guess. but they're keeping all of this to themselves. It's not like they're sitting there having a conversation with you, you know what I mean, about it. It's something that this person's choosing to kind of keep to themselves. Okay, what actions? Okay, so we do have the Tower, we do have the Chariot, and then we also have the Five of Wands. This to me just kind of feels like, you know, their energy. Whatever this thing is that you're very hyper focused on, that you're very determined to like manifest, you know, into fruition here for yourself. It's something that you are, yes, very, very determined to essentially make happen. However, with the Five of Wands to the Tower, I just kind of see this person trying to stop you in some way, shape, or form. I do. I just see this person trying to stop you in some way, shape, or form. And with the Chariot coming out here, that's kind of telling me that you're not going to allow this person to stop you. You know what I mean? From doing what you got to do, from manifesting whatever this thing is that you want to manifest into fruition here for yourself. I do feel like it's going to finally slip out though. Like it's going to finally slip out. You're definitely going to hear from this person why they're so against you doing whatever this thing is that you want to essentially do with your life. Because right now it kind of looks like they just have been biting down on their tongue, to be completely honest. But it kind of looks like there's going to come a point in time where it's going to slip out and they're just going to just tell you why they're so against you going off and doing X, Y, and Z with your life is basically what I'm getting. What actions? We have the Five of Pentacles to the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Lovers out here. Yeah, it's very hard for this person to like remain supportive of you and whatever it is that you're trying to do with your life when this person fears that they're going to end up losing you in the end, or they're going to like in the end face some type of like competition, or you're going to switch up on them and change the way that you are with them. So it's kind of hard for this person to be, you know, supportive when they have all these worries and these concerns in regards to whatever it is that you're trying to basically do with your life. Pisces is primarily what I'm getting. Now, like I said, I feel like this person is going to try to stop you. I am definitely getting that. I do feel like this person is going to express to you why they're so against you doing X, Y, and Z, you know, with your life. I am definitely getting that. I am definitely getting that, but is that going to stop you? No, I'm not getting that it's going to stop you. I think that it's something that you're just going to continue to do, you know, regardless of why they think you're doing it, or regardless of why they or what they think is going to eventually end up happening here between the two of you. Like, I still see you doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? You're not going to allow this person to stop you. You're not going to allow anybody to basically stop you is basically what I'm getting. However, I feel like this journey for them is just going to become more challenging and difficult, because the more you hyper focus on whatever this thing is that you're trying to manifest into fruition here for yourself, the more uncomfortable they get, if that makes any sense. The more it becomes harder for them to be this loving and supportive person that you essentially need by your side. I just kind of feel like whatever it is that you're trying to do with your life, it's just making them very uncomfortable. It's making them very uncomfortable. It's making them feel like now they have to deal with competition and they don't want to deal with that. It's making them feel like, you know, they run the risk of, you know, essentially losing you once you're able to pull whatever this thing is off, or manifest whatever this thing is that you want into fruition here, you know, for yourself. And it's causing them to essentially feel like you're going to change the way that you are with them. And they don't want to, these things are things that they don't necessarily want to face, but it's not things that they know for sure without a shadow of a doubt that they are going to face. It's just the worry and the concern of, well, if Pisces pulls this off, I might have to deal with this. I might have to deal with that. And I might also have to deal with this too. And I don't want to deal with those things. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of feel like now that you're finally deciding to do something that's going to benefit you in some way, shape, or form, it's triggering the hell out of them. And it's scaring the hell out of them. And it's creating a lot of worry and concern within them. Like, I just kind of feel like you're just making this person uncomfortable, but you're not doing it intentionally or anything like that. You're not. It's just, this is just what's kind of happening here within this dynamic between the two of you. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.